This promises to be a momentous occasion. You are about to meet the newest member of your team. As you are aware, the Green Ranger's power was completely decimated by his last few battles. Alpha and I felt it was time to create an even more powerful Ranger to combat Lord Zed and his diabolical evil. To that end, a candidate was selected, and a new Power Ranger was created. And now, my friends, I present to you...
Hey folks, again, please subscribe now to the channel if you are new to my page and give this video a like. Today I'm reviewing Power Rangers: A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, written by Stephen Harber, artwork by Francisco Mares, and colored by James Mark. I covered this first issue a while back in 2019, so if you haven't seen that first video yet, I would advise watching that first review and then come back and see this one. I'll post a card in the video and I will leave a link in the description. Now, as usual, I review my books in 3 different criteria: the good, the bad, and the morphing. Yeah! So starting off with the good, this book is action-packed. You see the Rangers fighting the Freddy Putties and going up against Freddy Krueger himself, and the Rangers are actually getting overwhelmed. And it's understandable because if any of you are familiar with Freddy Krueger and his capabilities, especially in a dream sequence, then you know the Rangers are fighting a nightmare they will never forget. So that's one thing I would say is very good, within this book. I like, that aspect. The fight gets so serious that Zordon has the Rangers try a different tactic. They all get to share a piece of the White Ranger's power, and in doing so, we get a cool costume upgrade from the Rangers as well. So, this is kind of a concept they kind of also borrowed from the Boom Studios comic book run with Power Rangers, where, earlier on, before, Shattered Grid, the Rangers, they also did this with Tommy when he was the Green Ranger, where they all kind of shared, a piece of the Green Ranger's power when they couldn't use their own morphers. So I thought that was a kind of a cool little, thing that they kind of took from that, where it was like, and they even referenced that briefly, where we're like, yeah, we did this before when I had the Green Ranger power, as Tommy is talking to Zordon. So I thought that was a cool little, Easter egg nugget, semi-connection, whatever you want to call it. It was just cool to see, them talking about that. In terms of seeing this cool little costume upgrade with the Rangers. And I mean, I always thought about that as being a fan of Die Ranger. I'm kind of getting off into a tangent, but I love Super Sentai as well, just as well as I love Power Rangers. It would have been cool to see Mighty Morphin Power Rangers have a costume change, for like season 2 or season 3, and have the Die Ranger suits. That just would have been awesome, so kind of seeing them, have an upgrade, seeing them, have, sharing the White Ranger's power and them all having the shields and whatnot. I thought that was a cool little element in this book, so that was really good, and something I didn't expect, so I really love that aspect of this book. Getting into the bad of this comic, the color change threw me off a bit. As you read on in this book, it abruptly switched to black and white after having the majority of its pages in color. I didn't know if this was due to a dream sequence or simply a lack of color, but it could be a part of, like the story, for instance, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like it could be a dream sequence thing, because, maybe it's, something that, Freddy is doing in a particular scene, with the Rangers. But again, also, the further you read, it's written that, the full color version of the comic will be coming soon. So yeah, there you go. And getting into my last criteria, which will be the morphing. I really love how Freddy has absorbed Lord Zed's power, now calling himself Lord Fred, as a new character in this Power Rangers universe. This was established in the first issue, but again, it's something I find to be more phenomenal. Also, when it comes to horror monsters, Jason Voorhees has always been one of my favorites in film. And to see Jason Voorhees team up with Lord Fred in this book, fighting against the Power Rangers was frightening, it was strange, and it was awesome at the same time. The choice of Zords also was really great. Like, I love the Thunder Ninja Megazord and the Tiger Zord. Those are definitely some good choices and some of my favorite Megazords for sure. I can't stress this enough. this whole book 1 and 2 are meant for the 90s kids. You know, those 90s kids, Power Ranger fans, that's who it's meant for. If you are looking for a more mature Power Ranger story, something wild and outrageous with blood and gore for characters in this brand, then you definitely will enjoy this book. And again, if you're a horror fan, if you're a Power Ranger fan, everybody gets a little bit of something in here. And I think that that's what's so unique about this particular crossover. So kudos, you know, for them doing that. There's so many crossovers going on right now, you know what I mean? Like with the Power Rangers particular, like they've got, you know, they've teamed up with the Justice League before, you know, and that was a few years ago. I covered all of those issues. And you know, right now they're also teaming up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is fantastic, and you guys already know I'm already covering those. And you know, we got this crossover where, you know, they're fighting Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees. So many crossovers. This is amazing. What a time to be alive, to be a comic book fan, to be a Power Ranger fan. Man, this is just insane. I never would have thought that I would see so many crossovers with the Power Rangers, but you know what? I'm enjoying the read and I'm enjoying the ride. So very, very awesome stuff, and this was, you know, a more phenomenal read for sure. Now to get into my last thing for this book, it will be my lightning rating. I will give this book a solid 3 out of 5 lightning bolts. You know, I enjoyed it. It did its job. It was really cool. You know, for me, I look forward to seeing, you know, the conclusion. I think that's where my mind goes, is like, how are they gonna wrap this crazy, you know, wacky story up? Because it, you know, it is crazy. You think about it. The Power Rangers, they're fighting Freddy Krueger. So, you know, for me, I'm like, what's gonna be the end result? Is somebody gonna die? You know, how are they gonna beat Freddy? So many questions, you know. So I'm curious to see how it all ends, you know, and maybe my rating system, you know, will heighten, you know, come, you know, the next issue. But you know, these are some fun reads, you know, so I'm glad, you know, that these writers and these artists have come together to do a bit of a love project, you know, for Power Rangers, and it's really cool and interesting. So you know, I'm excited again, like I said, to see how it all concludes. Guys, if you are new to my channel, again, please be sure to subscribe now so you don't miss my weekly content. I really appreciate all the support, you guys. A like, a comment, and subscribing, it really does go a long way for me. You know, I really want to get this channel growing even further. I want to do some bigger things for you guys and just bring you guys some even bigger content, you know. So again, a like, a comment, subscribing, sharing a video out. You know, it may seem cliche, but those little things, it really does go a long way for the channel. It really helps me out a lot. So if you guys could do that for me, I would appreciate it more than you know. So that's pretty much all I got for today, guys. If you like this video, again, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about my review. And I will see you guys here for the next video. All right, peace.